Shawn and Alliya, the 90-day fiancé, are still together after her inquiries about gender-affirming surgery caused a stir. In 90-Day Fiancé's most recent episode, Shawn Finch and Alliya de Batista proceeded on their path to marriage while addressing the latter's ongoing gender change. Since we first met them in Love in Paradise Season 4, this aspect of their relationship has been examined, but it has never led to the tension that their consultation about gender-affirming surgery caused. Alliya has indicated interest in undergoing operations for feminine genitalia as well as breast implants. After addressing cast members coming out to parents' and siblings' perspectives on transitioning in the past, this is undoubtedly uncharted ground for the franchise. It was portrayed as a make-or-break moment for the couple, but considering their most recent relationship status update, I doubt how long and/or intense their drama will get. Shawn has publicly backed Alliya in the wake of the dead-naming scandal, but he has privately voiced his reservations about her wish to have gender-affirming surgery. Alliya's desire for breasts and female genitalia should have been discussed with him long before outside advice was sought, as he stated in his 90-Day Fiancé confessional. As a gay man, Shawn went on to say that he's unsure if he can be with someone who wants or intends to totally transition. We'll have to see how Alliya feels about getting any of these procedures done in a later episode because she left that session without setting up any dates for surgery. Alliya abandoning Shawn at the altar on their wedding day is shown in a flash-forward at the start of Season 11, implying that this marriage would fail before they could formally become a divorced 90-day couple. It should come as no surprise to readers that there is some good news regarding these two, since 90-Day Fiancé seems to enjoy misleading viewers more than any other reality TV program. A Redditor recently shared a picture of Shawn and Alliya shopping together in Los Angeles, despite the fact that it appeared that their problems caused their relationship to openly collapse on 90-Day Fiancé. Even though they may have gone through a difficult time together, this photo gives the impression that their relationship survived the breakdown at the altar. That's encouraging, particularly considering how charmingly this narrative started with his proposal and a significant celebrity appearance. Although the trans community has recently received more attention thanks to 90-Day Fiancé, some of the cast members have not yet found a happy ending in their romantic relationships. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'm hoping Shawn and Alliya will be the first. But Shawn, a Chicago-based IT consultant with a keen mind, a steady salary, and a heart that had been sealed up for too long, had always been the pragmatic one. He made a self-promise to never fall in love with someone who lived a world away after his previous relationship ended in a silent catastrophe. Before he purchased a language exchange program to improve his Spanish in preparation for a Dominican Republic trip, that is. He first met Alliya there. Alliya, a 27-year-old yoga instructor, lived in a vibrant Dominican Republic seaside town. She was free-spirited, with wild curls and a laugh that turned heads. She only wanted someone to practice her English with, not love. However, they had a connection from the first video session that neither of them could describe. Shawn eventually booked his flight after 5 months of voice notes, midnight video conversations, and daily messages. His anxious energy was hardly hidden beneath his travel shirt as TLC cameras rolled as he arrived in Punta Cana. With flowers and a hand-painted banner that read, "Welcome, mi amor," Alliya was waiting. Long beach walks, meaningful chats beneath the stars, and light-hearted disagreements over who made better coffee characterized their first few days of joy. But under the surface, tension boiled. Alliya was impulsive, while Shawn was meticulously planned. She desired moments, he desired plans. When Shawn first met Alliya's family, the true turmoil started. A proud fisherman, her father was suspicious of outsiders. He cautioned, "They come, they go." To the islanders' amusement, Shawn made an effort to blend in by helping on the boat, trying to eat sancocho without burning his mouth, and even attending a local dance night. Shawn began to doubt Alliya's motives, though. What prevented her from mentioning that her ex-boyfriend was still living next door? When he mentioned moving to the United States, why did she suddenly turn aloof? One night, a tropical storm struck, forcing the two to seek refuge in Alliya's modest family house, which was without electricity. The truth spilled out while there was only candlelight and the sound of the wind outside. "I'm afraid," Alliya said. I'm afraid you'll transport me to your world and cause me to lose my identity. Holding her hand, Shawn continued, I don't want to change you. Wherever your world may be, I simply want to be a part of it. Shawn led Alliya to the hilltop, where they first saw the sunset together out of the blue. Will you take this journey with me? Not to Chicago, not to Punta Cana, but wherever life leads us? He said, taking out a plain shell necklace in place of a ring. With tears in her eyes, Alliya grinned. Only if we pledge to never create a plan that we are unable to alter. Shawn found it difficult to adjust to long-distance reality back in the United States. Alliya launched a yoga retreat company in the DR in the interim. With a cliffhanger at the end of the season finale, Shawn was seen boarding a plane to return to Punta Cana while carrying a genuine engagement diamond in his pocket. But Shawn, a 32-year-old Portland, Oregon software developer, had never thought she would fall in love with a person on the other side of the globe. However, something clicked when he connected with Alliya, a 28-year-old English teacher from Dhaka. Shawn flew to Dhaka to see her in person after a year of online dating. Their informal chats and the bond quickly evolved into even more solid, late-night video chats, genuine heartbreaking admissions, it was a natural affection. And he had proposed by the time Shawn got on his plane to return to the United States. Yes, Alliya replied. They submitted an application for a K-1 fiancé visa. For the first time, they were in America together, but in a very different situation, living together, juggling real-life problems, and rushing to get married before her visa expired, which was 90 days away. However, things weren't as simple as they had planned. Culture shock was difficult for Alliya. She missed Dhaka's cozy turmoil, her food, and her family. In many respects, Portland felt chilly. Even with his best efforts, Shawn was not always able to comprehend her quiet or the melancholy that concealed her smile. One night, Alliya said, I left everything for you, Shawn, with tears in her eyes. And I don't even know if I fit into your world. Shawn felt conflicted. Despite his strong affection for her, questions began to surface. Was she really content? Would they be able to create a life that suited them both? His parents were wary but encouraging. They questioned his true familiarity with her. They began to quarrel over little matters. Groceries. Cleaning. If Alliya would be able to find employment once she obtained her green card. Although they had always discussed love, they were now studying miscommunication, compromise, and sacrifice. After a particularly tearful argument one evening, Alliya packed a little suitcase. She whispered, I'm going to spend a few days in New York staying with my cousin. Shawn's heart felt like it was shattering. Is this it? I don't know, she said. All I have to do is think. Both of us do. It hurt to be separated for those days. Shawn became aware of how much he had assumed she was there. In the busy streets of Queens, Alliya started thinking about her dreams and whether marrying Shawn would mean losing herself or discovering something new. After talking on the phone, they met in Chicago. They sat on a seat in Millennium Park, under the shadow of the Bean sculpture. I'm scared, Shawn said candidly. I don't want to lose you, but I don't want to trap you either. Alliya extended her hand to grasp his. Love isn't about being sure of anything. Even in the face of uncertainty, it's about selecting one another. They made another decision that day. They went back to Portland. They went to therapy. They put more effort into loving and listening to one another in their own language. Alliya, a 29-year-old Miami interior designer, on the other hand, thought in order. Everything had its place in her immaculate bathroom, a dazzling sink area that could pass a white glove test, color-coded towels, and labeled drawers. The restroom was sacrosanct to her. Being clean was a way of life, not simply a taste. Shawn has recently relocated from Manchester, UK. He was affable and kind, but he wasn't particularly meticulous. He felt that life was too short to worry about the proper placement of a toothbrush. At least for the tranquility of that morning, that belief would prove to be disastrous. Humming quietly, Alliya entered the bathroom and got ready to perform her skincare regimen. She paused. Her gaze expanded. The toothbrush was there. Not in the holder for the marble. Not even on the sink's clean side. It was lying on the white quartz surface, damp bristles down flat. Shawn, she cried out. Still suffering from jet lag, Shawn staggered shirtless into the bathroom with a half-eaten piece of toast in his hand.
What?
What took place? Is everything in order? Trembling, Alliya gestured toward the toothbrush.
What?
Is that right? Shawn appeared perplexed. My toothbrush is that one? You left it on the counter, face down. Shawn, the counter. Disbelief trembled in her voice. Shawn gave a blink. I gave it a rinse. What's so important? Alliya's jaw fell agape. How many bacteria may be found on a bathroom counter? Yesterday, the surface made contact with the Lysol bottle's bottom. Then it came into contact with your toothbrush. And it'll come into contact with your lips tomorrow. Shawn, my God. Despite his best efforts, Shawn's laughter came out as a snort. You're behaving as though I licked the toilet. The wrong thing to do. Alliya squinted her eyes. Do you find this amusing? Do you believe that hygiene is a farce? He crossed his arms and said, I don't think I traveled 4,000 miles to be yelled at by a woman wearing a clay face mask over a toothbrush.
It was that.
With style, Alliya grabbed the toothbrush and tossed it in the garbage. There. The issue has been resolved. Shawn's mouth fell open. That electric toothbrush cost 15 pounds. She yelled. You can afford a plane ticket, but not a toothbrush with a stand? All I ask is that he respect my personal space. What happens if Shawn is unable of maintaining basic hygiene? I adore him. Socks on the couch that are dirty. Is there hair in the drain? Instead of a roommate at college, I need a companion. A toothbrush caused her to lose it. A toothbrush. I assumed we would be debating money or cultural differences rather than proper bathroom behavior. To be honest, this makes me question whether we're compatible at all. Tension was high as the couple sat quietly on the couch. Shawn then made the unexpected discovery of a brand new toothbrush, this time with a travel case, in a suitcase. He smiled sheepishly and said, Compromise? Alliya's mouth quirked. After examining the toothbrush, she nodded. Greetings, dear viewers, greetings from my channel. I'm Amelia. I hope you're having a great day. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video.